So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my feature film, Quesadilla, you can. It's on Amazon, and it's coming out on physical media here soon, which I'm super pumped about. Also, if you guys want to check out the rest of my social media or short films, you can. Check the link tree down below. You can find all my stuff there. We are going to do the most pointless video on this channel, probably. I don't know. There's a lot of other videos that I did when I was first starting out that are kind of cringe. But this is Y2K versus Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Yeah, that's what we're doing. This is actually happening. I could not think of two better films to pit against each other than these two, because these are the two films that I've seen this week. Also, I am not going to make this video a film with Limp Bizkit in it. I'm not going to make this video without sunglasses. So oh, I'm so excited for this. Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. That's the Rohirrim. Can I please just call it The Lord of the Rings? And Y2K. Now, these films, you'll see why they're extremely serious here in a sec, or similar here in a second. On the last night of 1999, two high school juniors crash a New Year's Eve party only to find themselves fighting for their lives when Y2K becomes a reality. Okay, and here's the plot of the other film. A sudden attack by Wolf, a ruthless Dunlending lord, forces Helm Hammerhand as his people to make a daring last stand in the ancient stronghold of the Hornburg. Finding herself in an increasingly desperate situation, Helm's daughter, Hera, must lead the resistance against a deadly enemy who's intent on total destruction. Now, based off of those two plot synopsises, can you guess which film is which? You can't. Don't even sit there and lie. Okay, I'm going to have to break character here for a second. Not that I was a character, but I had a chance to see Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, and Y2K, and I didn't want to make separate videos for each of them because, I mean, I could have, but I just won't. So I wanted to talk about both of the films because I had a chance to see both of them this week. I'm having a chance to see Queer tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I finally found a screening. And I have not really seen a lot of people talk about Y2K. I don't know about Lord of the Rings because it's just come out, but let's talk about both of them because I had a pleasant surprise with them. I have not heard a lot of good things about Y2K at all, which is very unfortunate because I did enjoy Y2K a fair amount. Not that it was my favorite film of the year by any means, but I do think that there's a lot of harsh criticism going on for this film, and I guess you could say some of it is warranted, but for me, I got exactly what I was looking for with Y2K. I didn't even finish the trailer whenever I watched it. I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm going to watch this. I'll probably check out the Blu-ray, but I ended up going to see it in theaters because I need to quit stuttering. I had a chance to see it in theaters because I had two movie points left to become a platinum member, so I did it. And Y2K, it stars Kyle Mooney as well as it's directed by him. He doesn't really have a big role in it, but his role is actually pretty funny. It has Rachel Zegler and Jaden Martell. If you don't know who Jaden Martell is, he was in the It films. It was good. I liked it. It also has Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit fame. So, and Eduardo Franco from Stranger Things. And it's basically a nostalgia hit. I mean, it's set in 1999, going into the year 2000 if Y2K was a reality. Not much more than that. Believe it or not, I do kind of remember stuff from that time period. Like, I was just learning how to poop whenever that time was. So, yeah, there's that. And overall, it's a fun film. You're not really going to get much out of it. You're going to get some comedic points. It has some entertaining moments. If you're looking for something that you're just going to be thinking about for a while, you're probably not going to get it. Although it is produced by Jonah Hill, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Y2K was decent. It was decent enough. I didn't completely hate it. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It had enjoyable moments. So, yeah, go see it. Form your own opinion on it. I don't really know what else to say. And then Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. So when it comes to anime, I am a fan of anime. I don't talk about it much on this channel. One thing that I've noticed when it comes to anime and movies, they're the same. I mean, they should be, of course, categorized as the same thing. I mean, they're both part of the same medium. But I've noticed that there are a lot of channels that'll specifically talk about anime and specifically talk about films. And admittedly, I am that type of channel that I don't really talk about anime as much as I probably should. I am going to do a Satoshi Kon video here soon. But I was excited about this because I haven't really gotten to the TV show whatsoever, and I'm a really big Lord of the Rings fan. I mean, I love the films. I have the theatrical cuts. I have the extended cuts. I have the 4Ks, the same as the Hobbit films. I grew up with Lord of the Rings, so genuinely enjoy it. Whenever I found out that we were getting a prequel film, I do think it is pretty standalone. Like, if you've never seen Lord of the Rings, you could probably get something out of it. As somebody who is a Lord of the Rings fan, this might be kind of controversial. I didn't get much out of it in terms of story. Like, just felt like the atmosphere for this was not on par with the other Lord of the Rings films. Like, it could have been its own thing, is what I'm saying. I mean, yes, it does tie into Lord of the Rings, of course, but you know, you get what I'm saying. In terms of the atmosphere and the tone, it was different, but I still liked the film. Of course, I'm still talking about it, but it stars Brian Cox as Helm Hammerhead, who is, I mean, Succession fame. I've been seeing him in a lot of stuff, and it also has Christopher Lee, which was a really kind of a big shock. I mean, he is listed on here. I mean, it could just be his voice from the original ones, but he is credited on here. And I can't really add too much to the whole anime thing for this, but I will say the animated parts were very impressive. Like, there's a lot of things that you don't necessarily see in animes, specifically some 360 shots that were really cool. Like, it does a lot of really cool stuff with the camera movements, and the backgrounds look really nice. Also, there's a lot of stuff going on for this. I mean, for 2 hours and 14 minutes, it wasn't really slow. Like, it was good. And I'm looking at the reviews right now. It's not really getting the best reviews so far, but and I really hate that, but I think it's pretty good. And I think from a technical standpoint, it's probably one of the best anime films I've ever seen. I mean, I don't even think that's controversial to say. I genuinely think it is. It had a budget of $30 million, which is nuts. But yeah, I kind of can see why. I hope that other studios make more anime films based off of other material. Like, I mean, I would love to see like a Fallout anime. I would love to see, you know, just different types of brands brought into the anime space. But also, like I said, the story itself, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not necessarily anything too crazy, but it might scratch that Lord of the Rings itch in terms of it is a pretty big Lord of the Rings film coming out. I mean, it's $30 million. It's an animated film. I would definitely support it and check it out. I mean, you don't, I mean, I'm not going to say people will love this film. I mean, you guys might like it. Like I said, it seems like it's getting kind of mixed reviews. But for me, I enjoyed it. So I wanted to talk about these films. And this is what you guys have all been waiting for. We are actually going to choose a winner. Professionally, we are going to choose a winner. Y2K versus Lord of the Rings. Which one won? That's the ultimate question. Which one of these films have won? Well, I'm going to go ahead and choose right now. The winner between Lord of the Rings and Y2K is Pesadilla. Check out Pesadilla. Check it out. You guys definitely should. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe. This is my most important video on the channel. Take it easy. Bye.